back here live on a vertical live stream. What's good? How are you, fam? Hope you're doing well. We are talking in here live. Let's see if we can get some audio going. Let's see if anybody comes down. So I was gonna make a video, guys, but we're gonna see if the live stream will be worth your time here on a Sunday. Hope you're doing well. The crypto markets are flat. Okay, they are not doing much. I'm just simply trying to hold it together. We're trying to hold all this together so we can hopefully reach a higher price soon. Okay, I know it's hard. You gotta hang in there though. The prices are, the prices are the prices, and recently they haven't been much. But it's times like this, guys, where if you don't have any bags, or if you're coming from humble beginnings, you can get in on the prices today, relatively low compared to where I think they're going to be going. I mean, we're clocking into we're moving into some relative highs here, guys, on Litecoin. We're over $100. Bitcoin Cash, we'll say 600. Some coins are not moving. Coins like BSV, Bitcoin SV, they're not really moving too much. Dash, not really moving too much. So I know how you feel, guys, when you're expecting to see coins that are kind of underperforming, and it's a bit frustrating. These coins are good. They work. You can pay bills with them. You can use different avenues to utilize the coins. They're functionable. You can send them to people. People receive and send, and we know that these coins do have functionality, but it's not reflective in the price, right? It's not reflective in the price. So, it's frustrating. You thought you would be making it in the crypto world so far, and a lot of us are still trying to make it. We're still trying to hang in there and get the prices up on a lot of this stuff. We're still trying to promote it when nobody does. And it's hard going on here, guys, and promoting something that there's value in. That there is that there is a future for some of this stuff, and it's just hard when the price doesn't reflect the usage, when the price doesn't reflect various attributes that contribute to a successful project, to a successful coin. It's frustrating. It's frustrating liquidating Bitcoin Cash bags at $80, $100 2 years ago, and not being able to recoup those bags now that Bitcoin Cash is at 600. It takes a punch down, guys. It really does. It takes a big punch down. And I'm still here. Despite all this stuff, guys, I'm still here, and I'm more bullish than ever, even with a bag much smaller than I've formerly had. Right now, guys, my bag's about 1/3. Looks like we got some people coming into the chat. So let's see what you're saying here. Do you even have a bag? Of course, bro. What do you mean? Why don't I have a bag? I have a crypto channel. Of course I have a bag. And all the coins that I talk about, guys, I do own. So that's the difference. Hey, Alan. Alan, I checked my my Proton mail the other day. I think it was you that reached out. And I don't check that email very often. So shout outs to Alan. Yeah, guys, every coin that I talk to, with the exception of like Monero, XRP, which I do own, I just don't have I don't have a multi-$1,000 portfolio in those coins. But I do have a modest amount in a lot of coins, other than just what I talk about. Do I own Digibyte? No, I don't own Digibyte, but we do talk about Digibyte now and again. I'm not holding metal. I'm not holding metal. But yes, I do own crypto, and I think that's kind of a silly question, Andy. I mean, I don't understand people that would have a crypto channel and not own any coins. Did I liquidate a lot of my coins in 2023, 2024, when my income was not doing too well? Yes, absolutely. I told you guys, like, probably 2/3 of my coins are now 6 times harder to get because they're 6 times the price. You guys know that. If you guys have been following the channel here on a while, I told you, I told you guys I was spending coins to subsidize living costs when my income was low. And I kept trying to boost my income, and I think the final straw was probably that real estate listing I lost back in October. That was kind of the final blow. And it was tough, guys. It was tough getting a job. It was tough finding a job that actually paid well. And I have a job that pays pretty good. I mean, I would say if I can consistently keep the math on the current job I'm at, I'm bringing home about near 80,000 take home after tax, which, if you were to go out and get a tax salary job, you could use a plug-in calculator to determine how much the taxes you'd pay. It's probably like 110 to 115,000, but it's not an easy job. It's not an easy job. And $100,000 really, that nowadays is not too much, guys. Don't be fooled. $100,000 is like, it's barely anything. I mean, making 65 to 8,500 bucks a month, unless you're really finding the perfect investments, when you have living costs, when you have bills and things like that, it doesn't go very far, especially in today's economy. You really need to be making about 200 to 250,000 a year if you're living on the West Coast and living any type of life. Maybe if you're in the Southeast or the Midwest, or something, you could get away with 100 grand, maybe being a stretch to have a little dinky house mortgage and a $500 car payment in the driveway, and 3 minions to feed KFC to. But 100 grand nowadays is nothing, guys. The 100 grand job that I got was just enough to stabilize so I could start making modest investments again, building up the crypto portfolio again, entering positions again, because we literally had honestly, guys, we had 2 years of I was buying but also liquidating at the same time. So if you're just treading water, playing with the volatility after the crash of 2022 of Terra Luna and FTX, I mean, it really wasn't. It really wasn't. There's no recovering from that. I would have to make. I can't just pull fucking, $70,000 out of my ass to go buy, the Bitcoin cash bag I had, and same with the BSV and same with Dash. But I mean, they're still there. My positions are still there. And that's why we talk about it, because we're so bullish on them. We think that maybe there's a way we can manipulate the dollar. I'm already doing that down here in Mexico, making dollars and spending pesos. So it's helped out tremendously in that respect. But am I going to be able to have a $70,000 Bitcoin Cash purchase to just get where I was at? No. Am I going to have the Bitcoin Cash that I have? That's kind of the reality, right? And that's why we're betting on these coins to go up so much. We're hoping they do. Obviously, hope in the investing world doesn't mean shit. You can hope. I can hope that hope for anything, but unless you're actually grinding out the dollars to get in the coins and then to watch the coins go up faster than you can get those dollars to get them, it opens up a whole door of challenges. So I guess the best thing I have done is cut my living costs tremendously to make that $100,000 a year job profitable for my future investments. And unfortunately, the investments that were liquidated, at least I have 1/3 of the investments. At least I have, some of that investment still there. Would I like to have that plus more? Who wouldn't, guys? I mean, seriously, it's a rhetorical question, of course. But, I have what I have, and that's better than nothing. And I'm able to finally establish new positions, and, I'm not living out of my means, which is definitely something that needed to be addressed as a priority, because that's what sank me in the beginning. In 2021, guys, I was making great money. My crypto portfolio was almost 300K, and I was making good money. So the 300K was not 300K today is not like 300K 2 years ago or 4 years ago. You know, we had two spikes. We had the one last year, 2024, at the start of the year. That was pretty substantial too. And then we made the mistake by over leveraging ourselves again. You know, that mistake won't be made again, right? So see what you guys are saying. So if you're tuning into the chat, guys, let me know what you think about the vertical chats. It looks like there's a lot more chat in the chatter box. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's because we haven't done a live stream recently. But as far as prices today, guys, Monero is up. I told you guys to stay bullish on it. I think last I looked, I think it was $270 US. It's been moving anti-Bitcoin price for, a relatively like a year. I mean, we went over almost $400. I think about a month ago, 2 months ago, and we were delisted from Binance this time, last year, right? Was it last year or was it, hell, it might have been 2 years ago now at this point, but you can go back and look. It's the final dip on Monero. We saw that delisting from Binance, and then we shot up all the way to over $400. Now we got this thing with this cubic scandal going on with like the 51% attack, which, you know, is apparently led by the former IOTA CEO. So, you know, it's just typical crypto drama. The price of Monero is stable. You know, I would have thought more miners would have came to the rescue in terms of, you know, letting that happen. But I mean, you know, somebody left a comment, and it is a true comment. Hash power is definitely, most obviously, very, very important in terms of price of a coin, because if you don't have a secure coin, you don't have a coin. You're opening up the doors to vulnerabilities for, you know, double spending and basically spending money that's not there that drops the price, right? That's exactly what it means, but not the case with Monero. You know, it seems like Monero is stabilized in terms of price. All right, let's see what you guys are saying here. We got a lot of people in the chat lighting it up, so let's just go for it here. Hope you guys are doing well on a Sunday. Is the audio okay? Can somebody drop and let me know if the audio is okay on this network down here? I'm on I think I might be on a 3G network at the current moment, but it looks to be streaming okay. I don't see a lot of freezing up or anything or lag. Let's see here. So yes, of course, guys, like I said, of course I own crypto. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious at this point. If you guys are new to the channel, maybe it might not be obvious, because there's a lot of YouTubers that fake their portfolios nowadays, and you know, that's just like, I don't see the point in that. I wouldn't be spending my time trying to promote the coins and to increase in price, guys, if I didn't own them. I mean, that's kind of a given, I thought. I don't know what to do. Yeah, what you do is like, at least what I'm doing is I'm increasing my positions slowly. Obviously not at the rate that I want to, because, you know, living costs are more expensive, and you know, the living cost being expensive, your money goes so far less. Yes, I'm finally making what I was making damn near 4 years ago, but like at the same time, things are more expensive. I have dropped the living costs significantly, so it's giving me a little bit more leeway. But I had to buy another car. I'm not in that car right now. I bought an E-Class. I got to get a little bit of work done to it. So I bought that backup car just because, you know, this car is getting up to high mileage. So I got to get another car just as a kind of a backup. So that cost me a couple racks. All right, so let's see here. Hey, Alan, what's good? What's good, Alan? I've shown my bag a couple times on the channel. We haven't done it recently just because, you know, I don't feel the need to. The channel's evolved into over 3,000 subscribers, so you guys can go back and watch some of the other episodes where I've revealed my bag multiple times, and I kind of got to the point where, like, in terms of dollars amount, it's not too much. It's around the $40,000 range, and a lot of those coins have not even, you know, they haven't even really moved. I mean, BSV is flat. Dash is flat. Zcash is up a bit for the year. I think it's up like 90 or 100% last I checked. Some of my grayscale stuff's finally back in the green significantly, especially Ethereum Classic. I was telling you guys in the last video I did that the Ethereum Classic grayscale is like performing relatively well comparatively to a lot of my current holdings. So What's up, DWM, Celestia, Alan, Andy? Portfolio to back it up. Yeah, I don't need to show it though. I don't need, I have nothing to prove to anybody on the internet. You know, I don't have to reveal my bag and my 2 wallets and my Ethereum Grayscale stuff. Maybe when I dump my Grayscale, when it's a couple $100 grand, we'll make kind of a parody video with some background drum and bass music to make it seem like it's some euphoric thing. But until then, I have a lot of the people that are new to the channel, guys. They, you know, they're catching this like 3-4 years into it. And if you guys watch my original channel back when I had 80 subscribers back, before 2021, I had a channel back in 2019 that was, you know, I deleted all those videos, and then I basically started the new channel up 2022 at the very bottom of the bear market, when I was liquidating Bitcoin Cash at $80, $85 to subsidize my rent, in denial about having to go back to work. So I think people that have watched the channel have seen it evolve. So I don't have any interest of, like, you know, I used to go on the channel, guys, and send crypto payments. And back in 2022, it was kind of funny. It's like I was literally giving away Zcash on the internet in some of the live streams, and like people didn't even have a wallet address. They didn't even know, because it was just a crazy time. The times have changed. There's people interested in crypto now, including you know, we've seen the politicians and the U.S. government completely do a 180 on it. So you know, not interested in trying to prove to anybody on the internet of how much I have, so they can take things out of context. I just told you, it's roughly 40K. It's modest. Long time no speak, man. Yeah, we've been making the videos. I had an issue with my computer, Alan. I don't know if you caught the video. I think I mentioned it in 1 or 2 of my videos. I had to wipe my entire computer, and I didn't have a computer for close to a month, so that's why we didn't have any videos coming out. But I haven't been able to live stream from my computer, simply because I haven't been able to get the good audio. I had a lot of sound filters on that audio, and you know, I ended up, you know, I don't know if you saw the little parody video I did from the American Psycho the other day, where I had the little, you know, the little microphone, but I feel like the audio, even using the microphone, doesn't even sound good. So it'll come in time. It'll come in time. Let's see here. Yeah, of course I still have a BSV. You know, Alan, the thing about BSV is my BSV bag, even though it's, you know, it's down, it's been one of the least disrupted bags that I have. You know, I was paying my cell phone bill with Dash at, you know, $35, right? I was buying Zcash. You know, that was like the one good investment I made while things were not going as well as I'd hoped. But you know, BSV is basically been a very you know, not gonna sugarcoat it, very, very poorly performing coin, but you know, a growing interest on my end in terms of the community, and kind of the fun nature of it kind of keeps me uplifted about it. But yeah, my BSV bag, Bitcoin SV, is virtually untouched. It is untouched. I mean, like, other than maybe like sending some payments to some BSV YouTubers, like past that, the BSV bag is down, but you know, the coins are all still there. You know, they're all there. So but yeah, my current portfolio, guys, as you know, includes NEO, includes Monero, a little bit of XRP. I got Litecoin in there, Ethereum Classic in there. I have a whole array of Grayscale crypto stocks, including Zcash, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic. I have Bitcoin Cash native coins. I have BSV coins. What else I got in that bag? Zcash, Dash, NEO. You know, just, it's the same ones. It's really the same ones. The finite supply coins. Most of the coins that I hold are mineable. You know, I don't like the idea. I took a little bit of a risk with NEO with that, but you got to put a little bit of risk out there, guys. You do. You probably make 13 an hour. No, I make way more than that. I definitely make more. I don't work on hourly rate. You know, I don't do that. I work off a gratuity rate. My job's pretty good, guys. I mean, I make anywhere from, I mean, a couple nights ago, I made over 500 a couple nights. Last Thursday, I made 600. Had some days where I made 320, 340, but it adds up. It adds up over time. Like, I did the math on it. Like I said, I'm making anywhere from 6 to 7, 7,500 and I anticipate that to go up near the holidays. So, but that's not a lot of money, guys. You know, 70, 80 grand a year. You know, take home is like making 120 salary, I would guess, maybe 118,000 salary. I think 100 grand a year breaks down to about 67 after taxes. So, is that a lot? No, it's not a lot nowadays. It was 10 years ago or 20 years ago. You know, everybody was striving in my age bracket to, like, if I could just get to 100 grand a year, you know, I would be making it. 100 grand a year ain't shit now today, guys. Today in this economy, you have to make 100,000 a year just if you want to make any type of life that is in balance at all. If not, you're going to be struggling. Let's see what we say here. You probably have less, yeah. So I don't make 13 an hour. The minimum wage in San Diego is like $7.50, guys, $17.50. So that doesn't not even make sense. What it means, crypto. What's wrong with that, Andy? Let's go crypto. And guys, here's the thing: is like I don't care how much people make. Like somebody that makes minimum wage in San Diego making $17 an hour that has no bills, and somebody that makes, you know, $150,000 a year living in an apartment in San Diego, spending $3,500 a month, they're gonna have about the same lifestyle. That's kind of the funny part about that, is like it's not how much you make, it's what your living costs are and what you're able to invest. So I could guarantee you there are people that, you know, there's people that come in and spend at my restaurant. I had somebody last night, they literally came in, the moment they sat down, they started complaining, oh, we had to wait so long and blah, 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 blah. I'm thinking in my head, like, what the fuck do you want me to do about it? You're sitting in front of me now. You should be impressed. You should be happy you finally made it. We ended up giving them the entire meal for free. It was over $600. They didn't tip, they didn't leave anything. Once they found out they were getting the meal for free, all they did was exploit the tab and get multiple drinks. And when they sat down, they wanted one fucking appetizer and a mojito. Once they found out they were getting a free meal, they got 7 mojitos. They got multiple appetizers. They got multiple entrees. So, you know, I'm aware of the typical shitbags that are out there in the general economy, and I'm just glad I'm not one of those shitbags. You know, I'm a humble person. I don't care how much you make. If you're not a good person, you're not a good person. If you're a good person and you make maybe a modest amount, I would respect that person way more than some arrogant asshole that sits at a dinner table and spits on you because they think they're better than you. And there's a lot of people out there like that. They make a lot of money. They think they're different in that respects. And those type of people, if I could get away causing them harm, I would. And I would have no remorse about it. The only reason I don't do it out of vindication is just simply because I would get caught, you know, and that's probably not good to say on the internet, but it's how I feel. Like a lot of people, I met a lot of humble people with money, and I met a lot of arrogant assholes with money, and a lot of people that, you know, they talk down to you, and they talk down to you and just think you're there to fucking wipe their ass for them. So I don't respect people like that, guys. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care how big your portfolio is. I don't care about, you know, what it is you have. Like, if you're not a good person, you know, I got no time for people like that, you know. And there's plenty of people out there with money that are good people. I'm just saying that in the specific job that I'm currently at right this second, not in the job that I'm going to be forever, it caters to a lot of people that think they're better than everybody because they have money. In a lot of cases, they don't even have money. They have this idea that they have money that's just predicated on what type of economy we're in and how it affects their jobs, right? Just like in 2017, 2018, when you had a bunch of IPOs in the stock market and you had a bunch of loan companies coming out of nowhere, people came out and thought they would come and spend at the restaurant, and you could just tell that, you know, their money was just dumb money. It was the same as like the mortgage originators back in 2005, 2006, before you had to have a license to do it. You had all these people that just thought they were like genius because they had money. It's easy to make money, guys. The hard part's maintaining it. That's the hard part. I've seen a ton of people that are much less intelligent than I am make much more money than me. They never can sustain it. They never can you know, you know, that's the kind of the thing with my crypto. Like, yeah, I don't have like a ton of cash. I'm not sitting on like a multi-million-dollar portfolio, but my portfolio has been up to 300K. It's been well over 100K several times, and I'm able to maintain that $100,000 portfolio at elevated heights. And I still have that portfolio there. If it goes up 200%, I'm right back up there again. And 200% on a lot of the coins that I hold is not only not out of reach, it's less likely to go down from here. That's what's you know, that's kind of the deal behind that, is the coins that I have. You know, do I see Dash at what would be a third of the price of the current price? You know, $7. I'm sorry guys, I don't see that. If it is, I'm gonna buy more. Am I gonna see Zcash at $12? Am I gonna see BSV at $8? You see what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make any mathematical sense from a tokenomics standpoint, guys. They're some of the top 100 coins. They fluctuate anywhere from under $1 billion to over $1 billion. You add 10 or 15 billion to that, you're adding a 20x to some of these coins like Dash. You know, you're adding some of these values pretty rapidly. And we've seen that with a lot of the meme tokens, you know. And we had a whole stir of people a couple years ago, guys, that were coming down to the chat, making, you know, these huge egos about how much money they're making on like Book of Meme and like Wojak token, and we're just sitting there just feeding their egos, saying, yep, you guys keep thinking that. And if you go back and look at the charts at those guys, I guarantee you those people are gone. Just like the people that were buying Bitcoin Cash at $80 are still buying it at $600, like myself, and people that bought at $650 at the start of 2024, I would say most of those people are gone, right? Most of those people are gone. So it's just a mindset of how you can you gain in this industry, how can you profit in this industry, and the consistency of it is where that lies, right? Let's see here. Let's go crypto. What's up, HSO Celestia? Talks like he has a lot more. I talk like how much I have. I don't think I talk like I have a lot more. I tell you guys, I've been transparent with you since I started the channel. I've never hid anything from my channel members. People that have been watching my channel know exactly what coins I hold, why I hold them. And if you're new to the channel, you know, there's over 1,000 videos that would have you caught up to where we're at here currently at the channel. And we're, you know, like I said, we have over 3,000 subscribers. I have people that have been on the channel, literally watching this channel back in 2019, before the crypto rally of 2021 even took place, and I was buying Ethereum at $87. So there are people that are on here, guys. There are. Don't be fooled. Yeah, and if you're under my portfolio, Alan, like, you know, like, I'm like, wow, man, you have a portfolio. Like, you know, like, just think of it like that. Like, it's not about, there's people that have massive portfolios that spend what I have in my single portfolio in a fucking month or less on personal stuff, guys. We're not even talking about like, oh, I have a business and I spend fucking I spend 45 grand a month on my business. No, like, we're talking about people that go out on a daily basis and spend thousands of dollars that equate to much more than my current portfolio in a single week, in a single vacation. There's people that take weekend long vacations worth more than my entire portfolio that I've been building for the last 7-8 years. So, you know, to have that type of spread in terms of price, it's just a ludicrous question to compare yourself to the next guy. While I'm driving to work, somebody's farting out literally my entire portfolio over the weekend in terms of just spending on their own personal pleasure. So you cannot compare yourself to anyone in this space. If you're in this space, you're already miles ahead of everybody who's not. And the people that aren't, and the people that we see come down to the chat and watch the videos that seem to be less enthused about what it is that we're talking about, are these hater type people. They're these people that jump in on the hype, jump in on the Book of Meme, jump in on the Wojak tokens, the Pepes. Those people never last in this space, guys. I've seen it happen. I saw it happen with SHIB and Dogecoin last rally. I've seen it happen with memes during the bear market. I've seen it happen with the NFT craze. There's going to be tons of these people that come in that all of a sudden they know everything about everything, and yet the people that have been here building in the bear market know nothing about anything. Those people, they never last, guys. They never last. That's why I don't care. You know, if they want to judge my portfolio on where they're at, what does their thought process have to do with my portfolio? Why should I care? What am I going to gain? What am I going to gain out of thinking that they have a bigger portfolio, or thinking that they don't trust what it is that I'm saying about my portfolio? I'm not going to get anything out of that. Nobody's going to get anything out of that if they believe that. They're going to stay stagnant in their own speculative mind, waiting on the next speculative trade so they can get rug pulled, because that's how this space actually works. People that don't spend the time to learn about these coins, and they just jump on the meme token or the Twitter or the X hype of the week, those people never last, guys. And if they do, they lose constantly, so it doesn't really matter, because they never come up in the space. You never heard of BSV, man? You need to go back and watch some videos. That's what I'm saying a lot of times, guys. Is a lot of these people that come into the chats and into the crypto space, they reveal how much they know by things that they say and how they say it and why they say it. So they reveal, it's almost like they reveal what it is that they don't know without knowing that we know that they don't know it. So it's like if you told me that you didn't know why Bitcoin was a peer-to-peer electronic cash payment system. It's like you told me you don't know what Bitcoin, you know what Bitcoin Cash is, you know it's on Coinbase, but you don't know what it is. You don't know what Bitcoin SV is, you don't know what Ethereum Classic is, you don't know it's the original Ethereum and ETH, what everybody calls Ethereum's the fork. You don't know what Litecoin is, you don't know that Dash is a fork, you don't know that it's not a fork, but it's the same idea behind a lot of these coins. You don't understand the fact that there's multiple trading pairs against various coins on certain exchanges that allow them to manipulate the price from a crypto exchange standpoint. They don't know all this stuff, right? They don't know all this stuff. They guesstimate it, and they assume that we know nothing, that they assume everything, but yet they keep watching the channel to try to convince us that we know nothing. See how stupid that is? Do I know everything? Hell no. Do I know a fraction of something? I know a little something about something. Do I know a lot about the crypto stuff? I wouldn't even go that far. I would say I know a little bit about crypto more than the next guy. That's about it. You know, that's about it. Real Bitcoin is Monero. Yeah, I mean, Monero is a great coin, guys. It's got a great community. That's why that whole Cubic thing, I think, is just it's just going to be news. It's not going to be something that actually pans out to be anything substantial. You know, if they hack the entire chain, let them try to double spin the coins. Let them try to do all that, and, you know, see how far they get with that. But I don't think that's going to happen. So you know. So I mean, that's the thing, guys. I have no urge to tell you guys to, like, buy into what I'm saying. I just, you know, there's some people that come down to this chat on a regular basis, and that have came into the chat over time, that I've found that, you know, they reveal what they don't know without even letting everybody know that we know it, right? It's like you're giving your cards away inadvertently. You don't realize that you're exposing what you don't know, but everybody knows that you don't know it. So it's like, I think that's why a lot of people, guys, stick around this chat. You know, even though I'm here today, gone tomorrow, they keep coming back. They keep showing support, because there's not a lot of people on the internet talking about this stuff on a regular basis. So even the basis that we do cover, and the ground we do cover, even though it's not the most consistent, it's not the most exciting all the time, it's the stuff people come back for, because they know that the coins that we're talking about are at some point going to rally. They've seen it happen enough times. They've seen it happen on the channel enough times. They've been part of it enough times that they know it's always around the corner. We just don't know when around the corner is going to be that big moment. That's how this channel is, guys. We don't know when it's going to happen. I don't have a crystal ball to tell you. We just know it is going to happen, and if we're not in it when it happens, there's no getting in it as it happens, if that makes sense. And if you look at a lot of these coins, especially what we were doing the other day when we were looking at some of these coins on the Ethereum trading pairs, it's like Ethereum Classic. Like, how do you gauge that jump against Ethereum on Ethereum Classic? How do you gauge that jump against dollars on Ethereum Classic against Bitcoin? How do you gauge that jump, or when that jump is, with Ethereum Classic against US dollars? It's the same with Dogecoin. It's how I got liquidated at $1.8 Dogecoin. You can't gauge it, guys. You're either in or out once it starts moving, because it's literally, the candlesticks are literally instantaneous, because that is just how crypto works, guys. That is the mind fuck that brings people in and keeps the people that are in satisfied. That is the whole idea here. Yeah, BSV isn't on Coinbase. I think that's what you guys were talking about. Mexi. Yeah, you gotta be careful on Mexi though if you're trading anything other than the real coins that we're talking about here on the channel, like memes and stuff. There's a lot of. It's real easy to list a token on Mexi. There's some. You know, I didn't even see YouTubers like some YouTubers out there promoting exchanges like BitUnix and like some of these exchanges, and they're like American YouTubers. And like, you can't even get on those crypto exchanges from America, even with a VPN, even with a non-KYC, or a KYC, you're not even able to get on them. And you got American YouTubers promoting, which makes me know that those American YouTubers are catering to a international crowd of people watching, because they're getting paid by an exchange that doesn't even offer support for US users. So, and then they like reveal their portfolio, like, oh, look at my portfolio, it's like, you know, 300, 400,000, look how much today I made on this coin. And that stuff is all fake. It's not even real. Like, it's not even fucking real. If somebody's got to show you how much they have to prove something to you, and they have to show it, you know how many apps, you know how many fucking websites I can go to and build a fake portfolio that looks real? There's so fucking many. There's literally so many investor simulators on there. If I wanted to lie to you guys and I wanted to tell you guys, oh, look how much crypto I have and look how much I'm up, you know how fucking easy that would be to see through, and how easy it would be to do. There's so many simulators out there that look like real wallets, that simulate, you know, a trading account. It's so fucking easy, man. That's what I'm telling you. That it's like, if I wanted to lie to you guys, it'd be easy, but it wouldn't be the same crowd watching. That's what I'm telling you. It wouldn't be the same people watching. It wouldn't be the same good people that come down to the chat watching, because it attracts a different crowd. It attracts people that want the meme tokens, that don't know how they're up 1,000% on a meme token, yet they can't get out of the token when it's up. It's the same people. These people haven't spent the time here, guys. All right, this is confusing. Yeah, I will stay fucking confused, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Go pay fucking, go join a crypto channel with a $300 boot camp and see if you learn something. We don't do that kind of stuff here on the channel. Epic Chain, I haven't heard about it. I've been buying Pulse Chain. Yeah, a lot of people have been trying to get into Pulse Chain, you know, and like, you know, Richard Hart's off the US radar, at least. You know, his Hex token or whatnot, they kind of were just like, well, you know, you created a token and basically, you know, people lost money, but I mean, the whole crypto market went down. Did people really lose money? I mean, they kind of did. It went down a considerable amount, but yeah, Monero is a real cryptocurrency, guys. It's a real private coin. I mean, it's a legit cryptocurrency, and the more people look into that, they'll understand that. Bitcoin SV is BSV. All right, we're just gonna ignore Andy because he's just asking the same question over and over again to try to make people lose confidence in it is what we're saying. But we just grow more confident. Go, oh, you talk Japanese? That's cool. I heard something, guys, FYI, for YouTube viewers around the world. I'm hoping that YouTube, I'm hoping we actually cater to an international crowd, not because we're promoting crypto exchanges, even though I get literally dozens of emails a month from various crypto exchange platforms that want to use my channel as a as a vector to get you guys to buy crypto while giving me a percentage in the background. And we just always ignore these emails. But YouTube is going to be doing a thing over, I don't know when the date's happening, but it's basically going to give you, they might actually be happening already. You know, if you're using certain third-party programs to translate, but it's basically, if you're going to like log into YouTube and like say I find a Japanese YouTuber and I click on his video, it'll automatically translate my videos or the video without that YouTuber having to do any type of additional translation. You know, I could take my voice and translate it and have some type of Japanese person talking about, you know, over my voice, but they're going to just do it automatic. So it basically like is going to make every language available for this channel without me having to do anything other than telling YouTube it's okay to do, which is pretty cool. Let's see here. Just keep doubting, bro. It's not going to get you anywhere. You can doubt me all you want. It's not going to get you personally anywhere. That's why I don't spend time worrying about whether or not people are, you know, oh my God, he's doing better than me. Oh man, look at that guy's car. He must be loaded. I don't spend any time thinking about that shit, man. I think, damn, dude, maybe this guy on YouTube's actually trying his best to put out some content so people can actually get ahead in this industry, and he's working his ass off as most as he can. With a little bit of time he does have as he's going to his job to get on here to give you guys a little bit of peace of mind. But like I said, I'm not here to prove anything to anyone. So a couple places that you can store BSV. Personally, I like the Exodus wallet. However, you got to remember that like your personal seed phrase and your private keys and your seed phrase allowing you to have access to your private keys to spend the coins is the same private key. So, you know, there's the Electron SV wallet. There's multiple wallets that support BSV. Be careful on the Electron SV wallet because there is a scam wallet that is out there that has all the same graphics, and I think the website's like, I don't know. Just make sure you're downloading the right Electron SV wallet. But it's like a node wallet, so it's actually like, from a technical standpoint, a much more advanced wallet in terms of the user experience if you know how that kind of stuff works, which again, I don't know everything about it, but I do know that about it. So I like the Exodus wallet. I heard Trust Wallet's good. I've actually moved some into Trust Wallet before, but there's dozens of wallets that have you know, compatibility with storage and that kind of thing. So it's just about what kind of interface you use and whether or not it's a reputable, truly decentralized wallet, right? Let's see here. What's up, Alan? I don't know why it says number 3 next to your name, Alan. You should be at least number 1 or 2 with you and Mr. Fool, as much as you guys come down here. Appreciate you guys. I think the corruption in BSV is kind of ran its course, you know, with Craig Wright out of the situation. You know, I personally have nothing against Craig. I know that there's like people that like think he's like the Antichrist and that blah, 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 blah. But like Craig Wright isn't BSV, you know, he's not even like, you know, it's like saying Roger Ver is Bitcoin Cash. It's kind of a dumb argument, you know. It doesn't really make a lot of sense from a technical standpoint. It's like saying Satoshi's Bitcoin, you know. It's like I don't really believe that, right? You know, nor do I play into that. I just think BSV is a cool coin. It's got cheap transaction costs, some of the lowest other than, I mean, I can't even think of another one maybe other than like Nano. You know, I literally cannot think of, and even Bitcoin Cash, guys, the transaction costs have gone up on Bitcoin Cash recently, if you guys have noticed. I mean, it's nothing crazy. It's nothing like a, you know, American Express credit card or anything, but just saying, you know, BSV, the transaction costs, if I were to send you a digital payment, have stayed low, you know. And I'm not opening up the dialogue of like, oh, you're a BSV, you don't like Bitcoin Cash now? Like, no, guys, I like a variety of coins. I like variety in my life. What's wrong with that? Yeah, I mean, the cost of living, guys, you know, like I have to have dollars a lot of times. You know, most people that I most of the things that I spend, I'm not buying crypto with it because they don't accept it, unfortunately, at the current moment. But you know, I have US dollars. I got fucking pesos in my car too. You know, I got a checking account like everybody here. Nothing's different. Nothing's different. But yeah, I told you, like, I this job I've been at, I've only been at like 2 months, guys. I mean, like, you got to understand, I was living down in Mexico, virtually not working and unemployed for close to 4 years. I mean, for a year and a half of that, I was staying in Irvine. I was spending, my apartment alone was $2,900. I mean, hell, by the time I paid the dog fee, the trash, the sewer, the water, the Google Fiber, I mean, that shit was like $3,500 before I even eat. Before I even put gas in my car. I was driving the electric car at the time, the Tesla, but you get my point. You know, stuff's expensive. Food's expensive all around the world. I mean, it's even expensive down here in Mexico, guys. Food's not cheap anymore anywhere. You know, I like to go out and have a good time. You know, I like to take, you know, go on date nights and things like that, and do fun stuff, and try to keep my life somewhat, you know, a lifestyle. You know, I eat nice restaurants and, you know, treat myself pretty good. So Mr. Fool, I was wondering where you at. Mr. Fool here. I thought that was Alan talking. So what is Mr. Fool, the king of all cryptocurrency theory? I don't see a number next to you, Fool. I was just telling Alan's got a number 3 next to him. I don't think I have, but you and him as a moderator in the chat. Oh, I guess that's just this Andy guy is number 2, so I guess it's just he's ever talking the most in the chat. So shout outs to Mr. Fool and Alan, and shout outs to Andy too, man. You don't have to be a hater. It's a choice, so just keep that in mind. Even if you got 120,000 in Bitcoin and Ethereum, like, that's cool, man. What, you have like 1 Bitcoin? You know, that's great. I've had like 4 Bitcoins at one time and lost them all within 6 months. So it's like, it's a peanut pissing battle is what it is. It's like people can't not compare themselves to the next guy. And they don't realize simultaneously it never gets you past the next guy. So even if you are worried about why somebody has more than you, how is worrying about him or concerning your thought process with it actually going to get you ahead? Yes, Alan. I don't know if, Alan, if you've noticed on the videos, on the price prediction videos I did, I reconstructed some of the graphics. I took away the smoke because I felt like it was a little bit, you know, it was like too much movement on the screen. But yeah, we redid the graphics on the channel a little bit more basic. But that's only because I didn't want to reconstruct the whole live stream process. In fact, the audio was the most difficult part to do. But I had to wipe my entire computer, and literally, I didn't have that OBS stuff stored in my computer cloud. So basically, I had to, you know, start from scratch. But I did copy and paste using the Black Hole audio driver internally to record the introduction and just kind of screenshot it, you know, because I spent so much time on a lot of that stuff. But it's graphics. But yeah, I do plan on doing the live streams on my computer at some point, Alan. I just have to sit down. It'll take me, you know, it takes a lot of time to do that stuff, to like get it to where it actually doesn't malfunction while you do it. A lot of people think, oh, you just download OBS and screen share and boom, you're there. It's like, yeah, I could do that. It wouldn't be very professional. You know, it'd be like doing it on this phone right now, so. But yeah, thanks, Alan. There's nothing wrong with Pepe and Dogecoin. Nothing wrong with it. I was just trying to give you an example of the type of people that come in on certain timelines in terms of like very obvious people that come in at a very specific time. There's nothing wrong with any of those tokens. Pepe is not a coin though, so just to be clear, Dogecoin is a coin, right? It's got mining. It's got its own blockchain, right? Ballad Master Fleck, what's good? Well, I mean, nobody told you had to buy BSV, man. I don't tell you guys ever to buy any of the coins. I just tell you guys what I have, what I buy, what I'm focused on. BSV in game. Okay. I disagree. A lot of people have been talking about Bitcoin Cash recently. Barely anyone talks about Bitcoin Cash. There aren't as many people obviously talking about it, but the community's great. Jeremy's gotten that community pretty involved from a technical standpoint, guys. I mean, we're not the most technical savvy here on the channel, but there are a lot of people that have. I'm telling you, Bitcoin Cash is a top performing coin. Don't be confused. We were following it during the bear market. It was a top 4 volume coin during the entire fucking bear market, 2022, in and after the Terra Luna FTX scandal. I don't know if you guys saw that Do Kwon pleaded guilty the other day to the Terra Luna fraud. I don't know if you guys saw that. What's up, Brave K? M.O. Nosh, what's good? Yeah, XRP is doing phenomenal. All right, well then go watch some of the other fucking YouTubers, like, what's his name? What's that guy's name? That BitBoy protege. What's his name? Not Andy. AJ. He's got a fake portfolio on BitUnix you can go watch. What do I use in my hair? I just use some coconut oil. I keep it basic. Put a little coconut oil after the shower. Slick it back. I really don't like using product in my hair, but unfortunately at the job I work at, I got to keep a professional appearance. So that's why if you go back and you look at the other videos, I look like a mop head for about 2 years. Just coconut oil, Alan. I just get a trim on the side. I get it cut on top with some scissors. A 5 on the side. Not too short. I don't want one of those super short haircuts where it's like skin on the side. It looks stupid on me. All right, guys. I think that's gonna wrap the show up here. We're just gonna do some live streams like this for a while, just simply because I got about an hour to kill on the weekends and some days when I'm crossing the border. Here is a little busy recently because kids are going back to school and stuff. So we're crossing the border. We'll do some other videos. Thanks, Alan. We'll do some other videos on here for now until I can get a proper setup on my computer. We'll have the videos coming out ongoingly. Appreciate everybody coming down. If you got any comments or concerns, throw it in the chat. I don't have my QR code for my Bitcoin Cash payments, but if you want to send me a Bitcoin Cash payment, feel free. And we'll catch you guys in the next live stream. Appreciate it. Like I said, everybody, that comes down, whether you're, supportive or, a hater, in denial, trying to learn something, there's a place for you here on the channel. All right, we'll talk to you soon.